remember to stay hydrated, and it's finally the day that I get to share with you guys my very first knife design, the Urban Minimalist. This very first prototype is absolutely insane. We're gonna cover everything about it in this video. For now, sit back, relax, and let's get it. It's been almost a year and a half since I originally drew out this knife, and it is finally in front of me. In this video, we're going to be covering my very first knife design, the Urban Minimalist, but before we do that, let's talk about the backstory behind this thing. My friends over at Urban EDC have been a really strong partner of this channel for the past 2 years, and about a year and a half ago, I brought up a joke like asking them like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we made a knife? And in matter of fact, they were really down for it. Huge shout outs to Matt, Sean, and Young Soo for being a huge part in making this happen. After they entertained that idea, they actually told me to draw up a design, see what I really like. And that was actually a lot of weight on my shoulders just because I've handled at this point thousands of knives. And I had to put together my very own unique design. So at that point, I just took a pen and notepad and just drew out an outline of what I wanted. I was actually inspired by a few different knives like the Protect Malibu, the Benchmade Bug Out, the Tactile Turn Rockwall, as well as the Brian Brown Knives Raptor. So you'll see a lot of design traits carry over into this knife design. After sending that over, they approved it and then sent it off to the manufacturer to start prototypes, and that took a long time. I can't really disclose the manufacturer, but just know that they are really well known and they make some of the very best knives that are imported overseas. You guys will get the hint if you watch my live streams. So before we dive into all the nitty-gritty details, where are you going to be able to purchase it and how? The Urban Minimalist will be officially dropping on May 31st, 2023 at about noon Pacific Standard Time. You guys will be able to go to Urban EDC's website. I'll leave a link in the description below, and then you guys will be able to get your hands on a pre-order. And the first 40 orders are going to have something really special. It's going to be a Ranger Eye that is limited edition and only available if you purchase one of these knives. So if you guys do want one, make sure that you have your notifications on, sign up for Urban EDC's newsletter, follow me on Instagram, and you guys will be getting updates on this thing. All right, enough rambling about the knives. Let's actually talk about it. And in front of me, I have 3 different variants, which will all be available. So we've got a black micarta variant, a black G10, and a full titanium. Now these are all prototypes, so these are going to be changing just a little bit, and we'll cover that here in just a few. But let's talk about the titanium variant just because this is my overall favorite one. This one specifically is not going to have the 2 body screws that you'll see on the G10 and black G10 variants. And in my opinion, this is my most favorite one just because of how minimalistic the design kind of comes through. Now this prototype number 1 does have an M390 blade. It's a flat grind along with the titanium frame lock, titanium deep carry pocket clip, titanium thumb studs. It is operating off of ceramic bearings, so this thing is extremely drop shutty. And here it is when it's closed. It just has this really clean aesthetic. And the cool thing is, even though this is a prototype, it does have branding that's going to be on the inside scale. You'll see an Everyday Minimalist logo in collaboration with the Urban EDC compass. That might change as well, I have no idea, but now that you guys kind of have a gist of what this thing looks like overall, let's talk about the changes that are going to be happening to the production variant. First off, it's going to keep the really nice M390 blade along with this jimping up top, but we're going to be changing it to a hollow compound grind. If you're unsure of what a compound hollow grind looks like, just imagine this. So it's going to look a little bit different than the 229, but this just kind of gives you a reference of what that compound grind looks like. I just wanted to make this thing as slicey as humanly possible. After that, the blade spine is also going to get crowned. Hopefully, you'll see that a lot in like Chris Reeve knives, such as like the Sabenza, and not really have this flat surface. I'd rather have this a little bit more rounded just because it's a lot more comfortable in terms of ergonomics. The next change to that are going to be the scales. So these scales are going to be slimming down quite a bit, anywhere between 10 to 30%. This is actually a really thick knife. And here's another comparison next to the 229. This is a beefy boy as it sits. Slimming down the scales are going to make this thing a lot more lightweight and less of a tanky type of knife and more of an EDC knife. The next change after that is extending out this pocket clip, so it's probably going to come out to here instead of being super short. Upon putting this thing in my pocket, I feel like it lost that stability that I usually get with longer pocket clips, so I was just like, yo, let's see if we can just extend that out a little bit. That's going to solve the stability issue in the pocket, so nothing too crazy there. After that, the thumb studs might change shape just a tad. I'm not exactly sure what we're going to go with, but I know it's going to be comfortable. I want to make sure this is the perfect knife for me and you guys. And then the last change that I know is happening is going to be the milling pattern that's going onto the titanium variant specifically. We're going to be putting on our own Sagaiha motif that's exclusive for everyday minimalists, and I can't wait to show you guys what that looks like. I hope you guys really like this design. I really do as well. Ergonomics are amazing. It has that really forward type of feel to it. And if you plan on getting one, let me know in the comment section below. And I'm also going to be bringing all 3 variants to Blade Show Atlanta, so if you guys happen to see me, come up to me, ask me to see it, and I'll pass it to you. You guys can kind of play around with it, check it out, see what your thoughts are. I'll also be filming and collaborating with some of your most favorite creators, handing this knife to them, seeing what their first impressions are, and maybe I can put you guys in the video as well. Because these are the first prototypes, I will be getting in another set, I believe, of the final production prototypes. So expect to see a video when those actually come in, and then I can show you the Urban Minimalist in its final form. But aside from that, thank you guys so much for dropping by today. If you liked this video, throw me a thumbs up. If you disliked it, throw me a thumbs down. I promise you I'll do better next time. Thank you guys so much for dropping by, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.